In recent months, streets in Dresden have transformed into battlegrounds of public sentiment, with thousands of protesters voicing their opposition to Germany's decision to allocate an additional $3 billion in military aid to Ukraine. This influx of financial support follows a series of contentious debates within Germany's coalition government, reflecting a nation torn between its responsibilities as an ally and the concerns of its own citizens. The significance of this aid package cannot be understated, as it positions Germany as Ukraine's second-largest military supporter after the United States. As Ukraine faces aggressive actions from Russia, President Volodymyr Zelensky has welcomed this support, labeling it as essential for the country's defense. However, many Germans, as seen in the protests, perceive this aid as a reckless escalation that could further embroil their nation in a conflict that seems distant and disconnected from their everyday lives. Protesters argue that this approach may increase tensions with Russia, drawing Germany into a war that previous generations sought to avoid. The allocation of these resources raises pressing questions about priorities. For many Germans, the prospect of using taxpayer money to finance military operations abroad contrasts sharply with domestic economic issues and social needs. Critics highlight that each passing day of conflict results in innocent lives lost and advocate for peace without the dependence on weaponry. This sentiment was echoed by politicians like Michael Brook from the nationalist Free Saxons party, who articulated fears that such policies could lead to deeper confrontations with Russia, jeopardizing not just financial stability, but the well-being of future generations. There's no denying the complexity of this situation. On one hand, supporters of the military aid contend that it is crucial to stand firmly against Russian aggression. On the other hand, the rising anti-war sentiment among citizens is difficult to ignore. As Germany prepares to commit an additional $8.3 billion between 2026 and 2029, the overarching narrative suggests a shift towards long-term military engagement in the region, a strategy that many are reluctant to support. In summary, the recent protests in Dresden illustrate a clear divide in public opinion as Germany navigates its role in the Ukraine conflict. While military aid is framed as a necessary contribution to global stability, the voices of dissent reflect growing anxieties about future implications, economic burdens, and the moral quandaries of war. As this situation develops, it raises critical questions about the balance between international commitment and a nation's responsibility to its people. A dialogue that will undoubtedly shape Germany's foreign policy in the years to come.